So the main highlight of the appointed senators by Emerson Mnangagwa today is definitely Kudakwashe Tagwirei. And why is Kudakwashe Tagwirei the main highlight? I'll be dealing with these issues. And also, when you check also the appointment of Kudakwashe Tagwirei, you will discover that it is the one that is even glorified by an army of Emerson Mnangagwa on social media called Barakashi. The moment the news were broken by the Parliament of Zimbabwe through the announcement that was made by Jacob Mutenda at the Parliament of Zimbabwe, already Barakashi had prepared some statements of congratulations, as well as also some posters on social media. We saw within a space of minutes Kudakwashe Tagwirei trending. He is the main focus. Others, they are just a number, of course, being rewarded, but the main focus is Kudakwashe Tagwirei. Now, what are the implications? Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, number one, what is the symbolic aspect of the appointment of Kudakwashe Tagwirei? Remember, number one, he has been funding Emerson Mnangagwa's CAP 3, which later on translated to Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 of 2026. Number two, he is a close ally of Mnangagwa, who was deceived and told by Mnangagwa that he will succeed him. So Mnangagwa has to behave as if he is standing on his words that Kudakwashe Tagwirei is the chosen successor of Mnangagwa. Now, looking at it, it gives you that particular impression. But I think I have dealt with Mnangagwa as a character, although we are told, we've seen also the focus of the Chiwenga faction. They focus mainly at attacking Kudakwashe Tagwirei because that's the signal that Mnangagwa is showing. That he faced him over the men that assisted him to be the president in 2017, that is retired General Chiwenga. So Mnangagwa is fighting Chiwenga with the appointment of Kudakwashe Tagwirei. And also, you see the elevation of Kudakwashe Tagwirei to the Central Committee, to Senate. Simply shows, and I think within the next few days or few months to come, Mnangagwa would be forced to appoint him to the Politburo of ZANU-PF. At the moment, he is a Central Committee member. He would be forced, and there are individuals that would be removed from the Politburo, mainly the allies of retired General Chiwenga, individuals such as Rukeje. These are individuals that would be removed to foreign missions, and Kudakwashe Tagwirei will come to fill in the space. I strongly believe also individuals that may come to fill in the space may be Jabulani Sibanda. Jabulani Sibanda, very soon he may be, I'm not so sure whether he's part of the Central Committee by virtue of being the chairperson, and he will, that would be officialized most probably, and Mnangagwa may be preparing him for a ministry to be held by also Jabulani Sibanda, in an effort to try to balance up the political matrix and appears to be accommodating the people of Matabeleland. Jabulani Sibanda played a pivotal role also in the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 campaign, which later on translated to Constitutional Amendment Act. So, to Chiwenga, what is this then closing in the way for Chiwenga? If you are looking at it, will be the first time for this. If this way is to be effective, it will be the first time. If Mnangagwa is pinning hopes that democracy will determine the succession matrix of ZANU-PF, then he should be seen as really closing in or closing out retired General Chiwenga. But if these political gimmicks that we are seeing have been done before, but they have never, in fact, contributed in terms of determining the succession of ZANU-PF. Then he is trying to introduce a new thing that would be hard to work, in my view. Tagwirei coming through, according to my interpretation, does not mean that Mnangagwa is preparing him to be a successor. He can never do so. Mnangagwa will only prefer a successor to be his wife or a successor to be his actually children. In fact, he is actually, in my view, preparing himself for a possible dynasty. Now he has, first move of Mnangagwa after achieving Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 of 2026 is now to appoint 10 senators, which means there is something that he wants to achieve through that parliament. You see, there are numbers that he wants them added, and these numbers will add value to his plans and shenanigans. And it may shock a lot of people. Most probably, he is preparing his wife to be the president. And there is a plan for Mnangagwa to be elevated as a king and his wife to be actually, most probably, a prime minister or a president of some sort. And they will be deputy presidents, but Mnangagwa would be rewarded with kingship. That is where we are actually heading to if there is no opposition that would be mounted on Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. But it's not yet a clear cut. That is why you see him going to pray. A lot of sacrifices done for these moves to be carried out, and approaching many witch doctors to actually walk this journey, because he understands it's not a clear-cut journey that he has to walk carelessly, and he has started to do so carelessly. And this is definitely meant to spite retired General Chiwenga and other retired military generals. It is meant to, in fact, attack the faction of retired General Chiwenga and further weakens him. It is meant to actually glorify the faction of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa and push his interest towards. Now he is actually simply saying, he is demonstrating that we have passed through the phase of actually crafting this law. Now we are executing the law, we are implementing the law. That is what he is simply demonstrating, Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. But the other faction is quiet at the moment. Obviously, this is a shocker. Were they not aware of this? Maybe they learned it just like all of us, or they have been aware, and most probably we expect a response. It may not necessarily come today, but it may come within the next few days to come. It may be action that may be mounted to try and reverse this. But from the look of things, the coming in of Kudakwashe Tagwirei, I want to clear this from your mind. He is nowhere in the succession matrix. Either whether Mnangagwa wins against Chiwenga, Mnangagwa is not looking forward to appoint Kudakwashe Tagwirei as the next successor. If he has hinted such, it is deception. If he is indicating such, it is purely deception. I would have agreed if he is trusting his wife or if he is trusting his children for succession, not an outsider. Kudakwashe Tagwirei, just like retired General Chiwenga, he is being used, and he will learn very late that he is being used. That is exactly what is happening politically. This development today, it's meant to spite Chiwenga, but also to give false hope to Kudakwashe Tagwirei. And definitely, politically, Mnangagwa wants to shut out retired General Chiwenga, and he appears to be winning from the look of things. But also the silence of retired General Chiwenga and his faction should not be underestimated. You do so at your own peril. When I say so, some fools, they will think, they say, you are supporting, so I'm not supporting anyone. I'm just analyzing the things the way I see them. You're getting the sense. So there are some people, when you talk about their leader in a certain way, they want now to taint you as something else. It will never work here with me. I say what is in my mind, and I say what I perceive, and I think it is the truth, and nobody pays this channel anything. Get it out of your mind. Those who are seeking to do so, they are desperate to say something. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the line.